Salisbury returned to the top of CAC men's soccer last fall, capturing its 8th CAC championship and first since 2008 in head coach Jerry DiBartolo's final year at the helm of the program. The Seagulls posted a pair of home wins to claim the crown, including a 2-0 title game victory over St. Mary's, which became the first ever number 6 seed to make it to the men's soccer title game. Salisbury went on to represent the CAC in the NCAA tournament, bowing out in the first round to Tufts 2-1. Now let's take a look at each team's prospects entering the 2016 campaign as we count down the preseason poll throughout.
I'm super pumped for the season. I'm extremely excited about the roster this year. We don't have any key losses. We didn't have any seniors last year, so we're excited for all our incoming freshmen. But this last spring, the guys put in a lot of work to kind of set the standards, set the bar for the group incoming. Key returner for sure is Keenan Carroll, senior goalkeeper. Played lots of minutes for us last year, and he's leading the team again. And then just strengthen the whole team from top to bottom. I'm most excited about our schedule. We set up a schedule in such a way so that our preseason leads into our non-conference games and then our non-conference into our conference. And as you know, our conference is extremely strong. And so I'm excited that we'll be able to be prepared for the season. Aside from that, I'm just excited about the energy and the attitudes of the players that are coming in. And from a coaching standpoint, I'm excited about our staff bringing in Coach Boer and then Coach Zimmerman as a goalkeeper coach.
I'm from Thatcher, Arizona. It's a small town in southeastern Arizona. And I came to Southern Virginia University 3 years ago, right before my junior year in high school, and I came here for a summer camp. And the first thing I noticed about Southern Virginia University was how it was a small town just like where I'm from, and I enjoyed that about this place. The next thing I noticed was how friendly Coach Patino was, and I noticed how he had a personal relationship with all of his players, and I enjoyed that about him. Another thing I like about Coach Patino is he encourages LDS missions, and so that's a big important thing in my life that I want to do. And with other universities, it's hard to come for a year and then leave on a mission. And with Coach Patino, he wants me to come play for a year, and then he's going to let me go on my mission, and after that I get to come back and play again for 3 more years. There's a lot of new players coming in this year, and I'm really excited to get out there and start playing, and I'm ready to meet the team, and I'm ready to get with it.
Well, our goals are pretty simple. First off, it's just going to be me learning the team learning me and my style. Our major goal is training camp to just everybody get on the same page, understand our work ethic, understand what we're trying to do, and just get better every day. So that's the number one goal. The expectations is the team gives 110% every training session, every match. Our schedule, I think, this year is going to be very competitive. I'm quite excited about the way it was able to fill out. We've got some teams, I think a handful of teams that last year were in the national tournament and top 25 in the country. We've got a bunch of teams that were regionally ranked and I think are going to be very competitive sides. I think in non-conference play, we've got teams that won their conference, we've got teams that won 10, 12, 14, 17 matches last year, so it's going to be a very competitive slate that I'm excited about. And in terms of the CAC, I mean, you had 7 or 8 teams last year go 500 or better in men's soccer, so I know that it's very competitive. I've played Christopher Newport in years past, and there's some very good coaches and very good teams in the CAC, and we look forward to the challenge that that's going to bring.
I would say my main goal this year, especially coming off last year, would be to make CAC playoffs, especially since we struggled like we did last year. We're looking to build and do a lot better and improve on what we did last year. So CAC playoffs would definitely be my main goal for this season. I'm most looking forward to seeing how we improve on this season, especially coming off of the year like we had last year. It's exciting to go into a new year and have a fresh start, so I'm ready to improve on last year. And for me personally, having my senior year, I would say looking forward to having hopefully the best season of my career here at Penn State. My favorite part about being a student athlete at Penn State Harrisburg would be the faculty and staff that work with you. Rashawn especially, our athletic director here, he makes it really easy for the student athletes, does all he can to help us out, give us the best season we can. And the teachers are usually great. They are understanding with the schedule that we have.
Well, I think it should be an exciting year. We've got a good core of returning players. As a matter of fact, I think 8 out of the starters that we had from last year are coming back. We've got Rodney Go, who was first team all-conference last year as a freshman, and Andre Ferguson, Carlos Sanchez, Brandon Orozco, all returning, and Ahmed Al-Nawali, who were all key players for us last season. And so I think with the core of those guys coming back and another year under their belt and a little bit older, and the group of kids that we have coming in, I think it's going to be a great mix of talent. We face a very good conference. I think that everyone in our conference is going to be very solid teams. And I think that with our out-of-conference play, we play some of the best teams in the region. I think we have 4 teams on our schedule this year that were in either the ECACs or the NCAA playoffs last year in 2015. So we're excited. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but I think that we've been able to pull together the kids with the right attitude that are willing to work hard and want to be successful, and that's what we're striving for, and that's where we're headed.
We got a lot of returners coming in this year. I think we're returning everybody but 1, maybe 2 guys. So we have a strong team coming in and guys who've already played with each other for at least a year, sometimes 2 years. So we have those guys coming in and they're looking to work hard and at least make CAC playoffs, and we're looking to go from there. But in terms of new guys coming in, we have a lot of all-region, all-conference guys in high school, guys who are district players of the year, guys who are all met. So we have a lot of strong kids coming in, looking to take spots, and it's going to be very competitive in the preseason process. So we're just looking to really just compete at a high level like last year. Very organized team we were last year, and we're just looking to keep doing that forward and keep going forward with that. Goals for the season. Like I said, go to the CAC playoffs, do well in conference play, start the out-of-conference play. I know we have some tough teams coming up this year, so we just have to work hard against those teams and stay organized and keep a strong mentality like we did last year. But we feel very, very good about this year coming up.
We really just want to bond, compete. I think every game is a challenge for us, and that's how we're going to approach it. So, of course, you want to win every game, but it's a cliche, which I usually like to avoid like the plague. But we really want to compete every game, one game at a time, and hopefully we're playing for a long time. We lost 7 seniors. We'll be missing our rookie of the year. Coverdale too for the semester, and it's going to be an adjustment for everybody. But we look for some leadership from players like Will Lesky. And I think our freshman class last year are sophomores now. I think that group is learning and developing, and we're very excited about some of the new young lads that have come into the program. So composition-wise, regionally, we have more Delaware players than we've had for a long time. A couple from the Eastern Shore and I'd say 10, 11 Delaware lads. So we're excited about that. Hopefully they can represent the state well and challenge in the CAC. We love the CAC. It's just competition is wonderful. Great places to play, great venues, good atmospheres. Wonderful surfaces to play on, and just extremely challenging. So therefore, non-conference-wise, we've made sure that we prepare ourselves. So we have tough people just about every game. I don't know if we're ever going to be favorite, but I think most of the lads want those challenges. You need to play good teams to get better. We have to play the good teams in the conference, so bring them on and we'll give it a go.
Definitely hoping to field a strong team last year. We expect to get to the same point where we were last year with playoffs, but if not, go even farther. A lot of distance running. we get the packets on is going to be expected between 2 miles, 12 minutes, Manchester United runs, stuff like that. But a lot of plyometrics, distance, really a lot of cardio to get ready for the season. Definitely getting into the CAC games. Those are always the most interesting. The other ones, kind of like getting warmed up for it, get the team playing well together, and then everyone's all ready when it comes down to those CAC games. Definitely, meeting everyone, all the other athletes, small school, so you have a lot of common with other athletes and stuff. With preparation over the summer, you have a lot to talk about, and you get to meet a lot of people for that.
We're really excited about this upcoming season. We've brought in a really talented recruiting class, which I think are going to contribute straight away. We're also returning a lot of our guys from last year, and so the expectations are going to be very high. Our goal this year is to make the playoffs, and so if we can do that, we'll see what happens when we get there. Having reached the semi-finals 2 years ago and the final last year, I know obviously the coaching staff and the players are very hungry to get back there. Having said that, we know how hard it's going to be. The conference from top to bottom now is absolutely fantastic, one of the best conferences in Division 3. And so we know we've got to really work hard together to make sure that we accomplish our goals. Our non-conference schedule is tough again this year, which is great. We play the likes of Rutgers Camden, Swarthmore, Catholic, just to name a few, and so hopefully playing in those games will prepare us for the battle that we know we're going to have when CAC games start.
So our goals and expectations for the upcoming season are relatively high. Last year we made the conference championship. This year we have high expectations and hope to do very well in conference and out of conference and make it far in the playoffs. We had a very strong off-season. Spring season was very successful. And into the summer, most of our players played for club teams, which prepared us well for our preseason trip to Germany and Holland, where we played 3 games and had a few practices abroad. So I think we were very prepared for this season. One of my favorite parts about being a student athlete at this school is the support that we get from the entire campus. We have professors, we have classmates, we have other teams at all of our games, and it's really great that the entire school is excited and cares about how our sports teams do here.
I think our goals kind of consistently the last couple of years of just the CAC championship game is something we haven't reached yet. We've been in the CAC now for 5-6 seasons and kind of fallen short of that. It's always been kind of semifinals. So we think, the last couple of years we've been progressing to get a team that's ready to go to the championship game and at least give us a shot at getting that automatic bid, and I think that's kind of the goal of the whole team and the mindset going into this season. Definitely stronger. We put a concerned effort into making it stronger, so we added 3 NCAA tournament teams. I want to say 2 of them were Sweet 16, 1 was Elite 8. So with them, plus we added Catholic to our schedule, just a consistently regionally strong team, keeping Hopkins on our schedule. So I'd say 5 of our non-conference games, I think of our 8 or 9, are very, very good competition. And then our conference itself is just fun. I mean, 8 teams probably that can compete for those 6 spots. And top to bottom, I think it's a pretty good conference. So we love the competition, and we have nationally ranked teams in our conference and teams that that'll put us to the test for sure.
Well, for the past couple of years, it's kind of been to make the CAC playoffs. But I feel like now moving forward, it's more make the NCAA tournament, like win CACs and all that. Individually, I could kind of care less. I'm more of a team player. I'd rather have the NCAA tournament than just having a plaque on my wall that says CAC player. I enjoy the community a lot. Like, all the sports teams are pretty close together. Everyone hangs out. And then also I love when I'm in my hometown being able to wear Frostburg men's soccer around the show, like the pride that I have of playing here and everything. So it drastically became stronger. The past couple of years we've been kind of playing more local teams, kind of weaker, but now we're progressing. we're reaching out more and we're getting a stronger team, so hopefully we can get an at-large bid for the tournament if we don't win our conference.
We're very excited about this fall season. We have roughly 24 returners, 9 newcomers, and with the experience that we have coming back, coming off a semifinal finish in the CAC, and a very good freshman class where we feel like we can contend for the conference championship. That's our goal, to win the conference and to proceed into the NCAA tournament. Some of our key returners for this year are Jacob Burke, Riley Fisher, Christian Trout is one of our leaders in the back, Colin Travis. They have some experience, a little more experience than the rest. In the midfield, Mitchell Williams, and he'll be a senior, and Brandon Herlinger has a lot of experience, and Keanu Korkor. We have several. I can't think of everyone, but we play a lot of players. We've played a lot in the past, and they all have a lot of experience, which is very important for where we are and where we hope to be in the near future. We have a very strong conference, and one of the strongest in the nation. And so on top of that, we know it's very difficult to win the conference championship, so we make sure that we provide a very strong out-of-conference schedule with the likes of Dickinson College, Stockton University, North Carolina Wesleyan College, just to name a few.
We have lots of goals as a team every year. I think this year it's a very reasonable goal to say that we can win the CAC championship and contend for the regular season title as well, and eventually make it to the NCAAs. We have a lot of big games on the schedule that we'd like to win as well, and our goal every year is to score as many as we can and give up the least we can. This off-season, all summer long, there's a lot of guys that live locally or are willing to travel, and we've been running at the track, and we get the guys together and we play some pickup soccer with guys from other colleges as well. So just being on the ball all season and getting fit, I think has given us an upper hand for this incoming season. What I'm most looking forward to is just sort of, watching how well the guys grow as a group, along with, there's always a couple games on the schedule that you circle up, the home opener, homecoming game's always a good one. So, and then of course, our biggest rival here at Mary Washington is CNU for men's soccer. So that's we play them on a Friday night at 7 o'clock. So that'll be a great test there too as well. The CAC is a very, very tough conference. So all the games in the conference are going to be very difficult. We open the season with 3 home games, but then we're on the road for the next month and a day. We have 8 straight road games, so it's going to be a test of character for our team to see how we can respond to 8 straight road games before eventually returning home. UMW has been a great experience for 3 years. I'm excited to enter my 4th year here. The athletic department as a whole is just a well-oiled machine, and it's a great opportunity to be a part of it here.
Obviously, coming off of last year, a step in the right direction, but our goal is always to compete for CAC championships year in and year out. That's kind of been the standard that's been set here. I think getting the 2nd seed last year again was a good building block for us, but ultimately, if we're not competing in CAC championship games and winning conference championships, then we're not ultimately reaching our goals. So
our team goals this year are definitely to finish top 2 in the CAC conference, definitely reach a CAC final, which we haven't done in the past 2 years, and obviously trying to win the CAC championship and move on to the NCAA tournament.
That group that came through and graduated last year, really helped continue the tradition of the program with the conference championships and playing in the NCAA tournament. Just a great group of guys and a good group of leaders, and some good players within that mix. So I think, certainly losing Brendan and Chris, Greg Bouchard, Ryan Donahue, some of those guys that really contributed on the field. But I just think as a whole, that group of seniors did a really good job from a leadership standpoint of showing our younger guys, the way we're looking to do things. We have 14 freshmen at this point in time, but I think the returning group of guys have really done a good job over the last year, even throughout the spring season and over the summer. Really focusing and being committed to what I've been asking and the expectations that I've been setting forth for them. So I think, across the board, obviously it's going to be a good competition net with Charlie Johnson and Jack Peeble, Kevin Horan coming back for his senior year at outside back. I think he'll definitely be pushing for a starting position. I think Ryan Ockford, Ben Mochin, Joel Teston, Chris Hobbs, that group of juniors for us has really done a good job of leading throughout this preseason, and I think all four of those guys will definitely be pushing for either starting positions or significant time off the bench. So, I think it's a really good core, group of 15 guys that we have coming back. Being my first full recruiting class, obviously it's a big class, but I think first and foremost it's a group of guys who really want to come here and help take our program back to where it was before, and even more so to the next level. For us, it all starts with guys who are going to buy into our program goals and align with our values of the program and where we're looking to go with our ultimate program vision. So, all those guys have shown over the past year and even coming into preseason that they put the work in, and this is a place they want to be and contribute to.
The nice thing about being a student athlete at York is all the teams interacting with each other, all the different athletes of all the different sports and supporting each other. It's nice to say hi to a basketball player or another women's soccer player and say, hey, thanks for coming to our game and stuff like that. Just conversing with each other about sports is pretty nice. Our team really focused on fitness. Fitness was a key part of how we play and how we were successful last year. So a lot of guys actually came into the season pretty fit, which was a good starting point because in our style of play, we need fitness all over the pitch. And so hopefully that will result in good performances.
I think every team on campus sets pretty lofty goals. We always want to win the conference and make a good run. We're just a couple years removed from the Elite Eight, and we'd like to get back there and power through there into the Final Four and make that trip. Returners, we have some key guys in a lot of great places. We feel good about our roster. In goal, we're returning a lot of minutes, a lot of big games played. We have two guys that have NCAA experience, and we feel great about our sophomore, Zach Bedini, coming in. He's fit and looks great. Our back four looks awesome. We're returning 5 guys that have played significant minutes, so we feel like we have a lot of experience there. Across the middle, Jimmy Grace is back after his broken leg last year right before preseason, and we think he could be one of the best players in the country. We have a lot of athleticism on the wings, a lot of returners coming back there. And up top, we have a lot of goals coming back with Patrick Burns and Andrew Gogolin. We have a lot of good newcomers. We have a couple transfers, Stephen Durbin from George Mason and James Lee from Patrick Henry. Both of them we think can really contribute early, help us out right away. We have a lot of freshmen. We feel great about it. It's all how quickly can they adjust to the college game, how quickly can they help us. And we're very excited about our conference this year. It's super strong as always. The usual suspects, Salisbury and York and Mary Washington, they've been very tough for a long time, and Frostburg and Wesley put together great seasons last year, and we're expecting them to be just as strong this year. And you have to come to play every day in our conference, or else you can lose to anybody. And our non-conference schedule is fantastic. We have the usual suspects from the ODAC and from the USA South. We're opening with one of our conference rivals from the USA South with Greensboro. Our alumni will be excited about that. And as Harry had mentioned, we're taking a trip out to LA. We're going to play Redlands, who is historically a great program, NCAA team last year. And we're also going to play Chapman, who put together 2 straight winning seasons. So that could be a very difficult trip for us as well.
As a team, I think I would love to get the Elite Eight for the second time since I've been here and push forward to the Final Four. Especially, we got to win the conference first, but definitely to push forward and to get to that spot. I've had a short off season, to be honest, because I played golf in the spring, so I've managed to try and get my fitness up as much as possible before I come back in over the summer in England. But coming back over here, it's completely different with the weather. It was raining pretty much every day in the summer, and humidity was nowhere near as high up here. I'm looking forward just to playing my last year and hopefully doing well as a team. The whole team so far, what I can see, looks fantastic. The incoming freshmen, the transfers and the returners, everyone looks like they've got a good bond coming. Well, the coaches always get a great schedule, and the standard of the games is just going to be what we need. We're going over to California and playing Redlands, who are very, very competitive and always a very good team. So we're looking forward to seeing how we fare against them. And also the conference is always competitive, so yeah, it's going to be great for us. It's different coming into America from being in England. Student athlete is very demanding. With all the travelling and days you miss in classes and stuff, it's good. I get to see the whole of America, travelling to all the games and stuff. It's great.
We're looking forward to an exciting season coming up for 2016. There's been several changes over the past year. I've been fortunate enough to earn the position here, a place that I care deeply about, and I'm looking to get things underway in my first season as a head coach. We return a stellar cast of players from 2015, starting with our back line. We'll return 3 of 4 starters from last year's team, including right back Kevin Miller, who will be a senior, center back Nathaniel Iben, who will be a senior, and center back Mike Kramer, who will be a junior. Those guys will really be leading us from the back this year. Moving forward to the midfield, we return Brad Martinelli, who's been a consistent player for us over the past 2 seasons, as well as Tyler Andrus, Justin Lee, seniors who are going to be stepping up and contributing a little bit more on the field. Up top, we return a great cast of players, leading scorer from last year, Leslie Amuna, who we expect improvement from this year, and a supporting cast with Brooks Zentgraf, second leading scorer last year. When we've got some juniors coming up, and Matt Zimmerman, a senior, and Kendrick Michael, who will hopefully contribute to a high-powered offense this year. Looking forward, we've got as competitive a schedule as we could create, starting off the season with a game against Wilson College and a game against Rutgers Camden at our Elmer Lord Memorial Tournament. And next weekend we'll be traveling to St. Mary's for 2 competitive matches. So we've got some other ones coming up out of conference, and of course with the CAC and the way it's been the last 2 to 3 seasons, anything goes. So every game in that's going to be competitive, and we're expecting to just take the season a game at a time and make sure that we're preparing ourselves for each match and giving ourselves the best opportunity to put ourselves in some sort of postseason play.
Our expectations for this year are just to take it one game at a time. We're going to work hard every day in practice so that when we get out on the field we can get the results we want. Try to play a little bit different brand of soccer that we played last year. We're going to get after teams a little bit more and try to dictate play and get the results that we want. I think being a student athlete is great here at Salisbury. All the athletic programs are very close. We get a great turnout from the other athletes, and we try to do the same in return. Just that culture of being a part of something big, and especially with the soccer program, trying to start a new culture and trying to build a legacy that has been built from the guys before us, and hopefully we can build on from here on out. Over the off season, a lot of the guys are down from the Baltimore area, so I actually had the opportunity to live in the Baltimore area with my uncle because I'm from New Jersey. But we try to get together and play as much as we can. A couple guys play on teams together over the summer and try to train together, so that's a great thing that we've been able to do and prepare for the season, just have some chemistry coming in and build off that when we get here. Our schedule is always very competitive. We have a very competitive conference to start out. Teams like York, CNU, St. Mary's, and Mary Washington, Southern Virginia, all those teams have been looking better over my career, and I just think that we have a very competitive conference, and then our non-conference games are also very competitive. We play teams like Rutgers Camden, Eastern, who was a top team last year, but we're hoping that we can do the best we can and get some wins out of those games and get into postseason play.